Alright, so today we're gonna go play some Pokemon. It's a League Cup, which is like a little bit more next tier tournament compared to the one was last week. Last week was just like local people. For League Cup, usually more people show up because there's more points involved. But so we're driving all the way to Fresno for this crap, which is cool. I like to travel a little bit. It's not too far, but we're leaving early. I'm supposed to be at Daniel's house at 7:30, and it is past 7:30 already, so they're probably mad. I need to look at my phone, but let's go get it.
Alrighty, so we finally made it to the card shop. They were open. We got our deck lists ready. We were checked in, but we still had to wait. We were gonna play at, I think it's supposed to start at 11 or 12, but we had to wait for a long time. It was kind of annoying sitting there waiting. I hate waiting. It was so freaking annoying. But as you can see, the card shop's pretty cool. It's called The Bullpen. It's in Fresno, California. It's pretty cool. It's a very minimalistic, very messy. There's a lot of crap everywhere, but I think they mostly focus on Magic the Gathering, and there's just like the Pokemon cards are just in piles and piles around the store, and you kind of like can look at them and then ask the guy if you want to buy them, and then he'll look them up and tell you the price that he wants to sell them for. Usually pretty good deals, actually. I got some cool cards. As long as they're not GXs, he hooks it up. So my first match, I played against this guy named Louis or Lewis. I didn't really ever get it narrowed down. He was a cool guy. He was playing Vika-Ray. This was the first match of the day. I have never played Vika-Ray. I was playing Zoroark Lycanroc. If you don't know, Zoroark Lycanroc is not a great matchup with Vika-Ray. Like, Vika-Ray destroys it. But this is like the new format. Nobody's used to it yet, so nobody really knows this. But we were talking about it. We were talking about before the match that if we play a bunch of Vika-Ray today, it's going to be a hard day. And my first match, Vika-Ray. So Lewis here, he was a good sport about it, but goddamn, he had the hottest start. He had 4 Vika-Ray in his first turn with a Grubbin. Second turn, Vikavolt set up. Just one-shotting everything I could put up. It didn't matter. He was just taking out the Zaruas left and right, taking out the little dogs, everything. It was a rough match. He definitely like drew super hot. It was great. Great for him, bad for me. It was fun though. That was my first match, and it was a loss.
Metagross. Can you pass me the pen? I just picked off the Magnemites. Yeah.
Louis or
12 hours later. Hey, I'm not coming into work.
so this was my second match. I played against a guy named Keon. I don't know if he's from Fresno, but apparently he plays for someone's PC, I think. I don't know. But it was a good game. This was probably the best match of my day, for sure. I played Zorark Lycanroc. He was playing Zorark Golisopod. I started out just barely better, and it really gave me the edge throughout the game. I also hit the hammers when I really needed to, which was pretty disruptive for him. He even said afterwards, man, those hammers is what really got me. So I hit him with the hammer to get rid of his rainbow energy he had on his Lele, because he was going to use it later to retreat, and I didn't want that to happen. I hit him with it. I also hit him with a DCE at one point. Basically what I ended up doing though was just like killing the Lele. I killed one of his Zorarks with a Lycanroc. Then it was like him trying to survive, and like it took a while. He was getting kind of starting to catch up. I think he killed my Lycanroc. And then he put down an Oranguru, so I just took that out from one prize card. And then he was going for like the Acerola kind of loop with the Wimpod. But the Wimpod, when he set it down, he knew it was going to be a thing. If he set it down, I would go after it, and that's exactly what happened. He set one down. Next turn, I Guzma'd it and knocked it out for the win. So it was a really good game. I was so nervous. I thought, man, he's going to come back on me. He's going to come back and beat me. And then I was like, oh my God, this sucks. But I ended up pulling it out, just going for the babies. That's pretty much what this deck is good at, I think. I like it like that. You just kind of, either two-shot the big boys if you can, but really you just start going after the little guys on the bench. That's the best strat, I think. But it was a good game. So I got a win in my second round. Alright, so my third round I played against the world famous Pokemon Hero. He's another YouTuber. If you want to go check out his YouTube channel, Pokemon Hero. He is from LA and he covers a lot of the West Coast stuff. He's more of a competitive player, I guess, competitive YouTube channel, whereas mine's like a vlog. His is like they're recording full matches and talking about what tournaments are coming up and stuff like that. I think he also plays PTCGO online, like on his channel. He streams it, I think. But go ahead and go check that out. But cool guy, we hung out with him pretty much all day. He was like the other guy from out of town, from like the LA area that we see him at a lot of different tournaments. So, but he was playing, guess what, Vickeray. So the first round Vickeray lost, second round win against Zorark Golisopod, and now playing against Vickeray again. He had a fantastic first turn, but he couldn't get the Vikavolt up. He did get a few energies on his Rayquaza. But because he couldn't get the Vikavolt up, it was taking him a little longer to set up than like my first game did. So I at least had a chance. I was going after it. Killing the Grubbins was like my main priority. And then maybe taking a shot on a Ray, which I think, yeah, I used Lycanroc and knocked out one of his Rayquazas. The one with all the energy, so it like set him back a little bit. But I just kept trying to like keep his Grubbins off the field. At one point, I couldn't kill it one turn. The next turn, he hit the rare candy, got the Vikavolt. Everything started to speed up for him from there. I could have knocked out one more Pokemon and like maybe got a win, but he ended up getting the Rayquaza out and just knocking me out. And there's nothing I could do. So it was a good game. It was really close, which is much better than the first game I played against Ray, which I was like, God damn, this sucked. I didn't even get to really play. At least this time it felt like it wasn't just a slaughter. It was really fun though. And so that was my third round with a loss. So currently my record would be 1 win, 2 losses. Round 3. All right, so round 4, I played against a young man named Sebastian. He was a first year master. I think he was 15, 14, 15, one of those ages. He was playing Vicaray. Again, I played against another Vicable Rayquaza deck. It was pretty slow of a match. He didn't blow up on me in the first couple turns. And I didn't have anything either. Neither of us were setting up. We both have 2 decks that are supposed to set up very well, and neither of us set up. So we're just sitting there going back and forth, basically just poking at each other. So finally he set up, and then I set up. I was hitting him a little bit, but not enough. And then he knocked me out, and I just couldn't come back. He ended up winning. And so this gave me my 3rd loss in this tournament. Basically, at 2 losses, I was already there's no way I'm going to be in the top 8. There's no point in me keep on playing. So this was my 3rd loss. This was the moment that I decided I was not going to play anymore. I was done for the day. I was just going to start recording and try to maintain good visuals, I guess. One friend, Daniel, he was still doing all right. He had a chance, and Antonio still had a chance to get into the top 8. So I would just kind of document their rest of their day.
If he gets a tie.
So if I get down paired, I have to play it out.
If you get a tie, you have to eat tie food.
I am going to not win, and my opponent's not going to win either.
So in the last round, Antonio ended up having a game against the other, I think, first or second place player. So it put him in a position where he could just intentionally draw that round. So he got into the top 8 from there. So in the top 8, he had to play against the Pokemon hero himself, which is, as we know, a bad matchup. He had to play against Vikavolt Ray. So Antonio played, I think he won 1 game, then the Pokemon Hero won 1 game, and then Pokemon Hero won the 3rd game. So Antonio ended up losing in the top 8, but he made it to the top 8, so that means he gets points for the tournament, which is very good. He also got 10 packs for the tournament, and then it was time for us to finally go get out of there and go get some food, man. I was starving, we were ready to eat. We decided on driving all the way to freaking Tulare to get ourselves some Chinese food on the way home. So that's what we did next.
Pokemon Hero.
He played against Pokemon Hero. And he saved you.
He's probably going to see this, right?
He saved you.
He saved me.
Saved you from...
Dude, top 4 looks pretty
4.
easy. It looks pretty easy. Malamar and then Zoroark, Weavile or some shit, right? Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad.
Dude, just beat the Ray.
Yeah, that was the only Ray. And then they got Buzzwole.
The Buzzwole would have been enough against you.
Really?
Buzzwole like that?
I don't.
Dude, he was playing the most consistent version.
Really? Just a bunch of supporters and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said he wasn't even playing order pad or nothing.
Damn, just shit ton of supporters.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's why he was so good against that Gardevoir right now.